This year is the 80th anniversary of D-Day. You may know where they landed, you may know who won, but this is also a story about the island that sent so many of those men off to war. This is Portsmouth, and this is the story of its part in D-Day. Despite being full of tourists on a sunny day like this, in August 1943, the entirety of South Sea seafront was declared a restricted zone. By April of the next year, the city was part of a long stretch across England's south coast that essentially acted as an extended military camp. Something big was being planned. Portsmouth, the city I'm standing in now, was the headquarters for the upcoming invasion of Sword Beach. Troops were camped in the forests north and east of the city, like here in Fox's Forest. In the months leading to the invasion, preparations were increasing. The Allies devised a misinformation plan to throw the Nazis off the scent. The plan, which was secretly referred to as Operation Fortitude, was divided into two parts. The first part, which was named Fortitude North, aimed at convincing the Nazis that the Allies were about to invade Norway. The second part of the plan, which was named Fortitude South, aimed at deceiving the Nazis into believing the primary target of the invasion would be Calais. Calais is the closest point between France and England, and would have served as a convincing location for the Germans preparing for an invasion. The Allies used a range of tactics for Operation Fortitude. This included double agents, fake radio communications, and even false armies. To achieve this, they even used inflatable tanks on the cliffs of Dover. However, the places detailed in the plan were different to the actual locations the Allies intended on reaching. This led to the Nazis fortifying other parts of northern France and paying less attention to where the invasion was about to take place. The ships were ready to set sail, however bad weather delayed them by 24 hours. Ultimately, on the 6th of June, General Eisenhower, future President of the United States, famously said,
"Okay, let's go."
According to the D-Day Story Museum, the site would have appeared as though you could hop from boat to boat all the way to the Isle of Wight. Ultimately, the mission was a success, and despite heavy losses on both sides, the Allied victory was decisive in the liberation of France and the eventual winning of the war. One of the key minds behind D-Day was Brigadier Montgomery, who is based in Ravelin House, which is now owned by the University of Portsmouth. He is forever remembered by a statue near South Sea coast. Inscribed beneath his feet is the word Monty. A similar statue with the same nickname stands in London outside the Ministry of Defence building. Many of the returning wounded soldiers were taken to Portsmouth and treated here at St Mary's Hospital, which is still an active medical campus today. Today, 80 years on, the implications of this battle are still felt across the country and across the world. This may be the final milestone any of the surviving veterans live to see. However, it must remain in the memories of present and future generations. Portsmouth is, and has always been, my home. And I know I'm not alone in this. This city is littered with reminders of conflict, battles, and war. However, when I look across these waves, I am reminded of childhood memories on these stony beaches, the fun and freedom I've always known. To many, this is not the case. For thousands of people, these beaches are a reminder of misery, fear, and death. But it is because of those people that we can enjoy the luxuries of the present. Every day, there are less and less of those heroes on this earth, and if we cannot thank them all, then we must remember them.